All right. All right, I believe we are live. Okay, thank you, Molly, for being here with me.
Ah,
Hello, coaches. Um, Happy Tuesday. It's a Tuesday morning. I don't know if it's like freezing where you guys are at, but it is freezing over here in Washington. It's so cold outside. Excited to have everyone here. I have a really awesome guest that I'm interviewing. It is Molly Sutton, one of the members inside of Tech Mastery for Coaches. Um, Happy to have you here, Molly.
thanks. I'm excited to be here.
Yeah. So I'll just kind of do like a short little introduction of what this is. If you're new to the group, if you're just tuning in, I've done a series of interviews with some of my members inside of Nurse Coach Tech Mastery in the past. But if you're just tuning in, if you're just joining the group, and those of you who don't know me, I'm Sean Arsenault. I am a visibility coach and business mentor for heart aligned coaches and healers. And I'm also a tech guru, hence the existence of this group here. I'm also the creator of of this group, and in my private membership, I help coaches who struggle with the technology side of business and help them learn how to really increase their confidence in leveraging all these different platforms to create really nice, efficient systems and to help them just be more visible to the people that they help. So it's a really awesome membership. We have a lot of fun in there. We have lots of different like calls that people can attend. And right now, we're going to be doing just a little interview series. And I'm going to be interviewing Molly, asking her what her experience has been in the membership and just having her share kind of what has changed, what has elevated in her business. So, Molly, thank you for being here, and I'm super excited to feature you. Could you give some of the people inside of this group just some context, like where you were before you joined Tech Mastery, and yeah, like what kind of made you feel like this is something that I really need in my business?
Oh man. So before I was in Tech Mastery, I was trying to navigate social media and all of the rules that social media has and all
Hmm.
of, oh my gosh. And I was so frustrated because I'm like, I really want to do is coach and I have to
Yeah.
do
Oh,
social
yeah.
media as part of that. And I felt like I would have like these great posts that I wanted to do, and then I couldn't get them out because they didn't fit the parameters of Facebook or Instagram, and was getting stuck on just things that I'm like, gosh, this has to be easier, or spending way too much time on things that like captions and those kind of things. I'm like, there has to be an easier way to do this. Like,
Yeah.
I know I'm, and you kind of, it's hard to be a beginner again in things when you're like you feel like you have mastered other things and you're just like, oh my gosh, like there
Yeah.
are influencers out there making millions of dollars doing Facebook posts and I cannot figure this out for the life of me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
your group, I don't know if you wanted to dive into that next, but like
Yeah. Go ahead.
your, oh my gosh. So first off, I am a mama of a 4-year-old and a newly 5-month-old. And so
Yeah.
the amount of time that I have to put towards trying to figure this stuff out is like tiny. And so your group has like I can post a question in there and almost immediately, it feels like in my world, it's answered and it's like the simplest way of doing things super fast, which is
Yeah.
exactly what I need. Like, and it doesn't matter what the topic has been in any area of tech, I have gotten an answer like super
Mm.
fast. It's been super simple. And I haven't been able to join your like classes live, but
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten to go back and go through the videos at 8:30 at night when my babies are finally asleep and
Mm-hmm.
just be able to hit them out that way. And it's been, oh my gosh, it's so nice. I feel like without you knowing it, you're meeting me where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
Yeah.
getting like, all of the benefits in the time frame that I have. So it's amazing.
Oh, I love hearing that. Speaking as a new mama myself who has very limited time, like anything that I can implement or any resource that I can adopt into my business that will save me time
Yeah.
is a huge game changer. And one of the things that I heard you say earlier that I kind of want to reflect on is you said, I just want to coach, right? And like, I see so many people getting bogged down with all of the technical stuff, all of the like, how do I do this? How do I do that? It's not like working the way that I need it to. And you're spending so much time in this other realm and it's frustrating. And you're not spending a lot of time actually coaching and being with people and being present with your clients or really connecting. And so this piece was, it's really nice for me to hear that I'm kind of meeting you where you're at, because one of the things that I wanted this membership to be was a resource. Like, it's not a course that you have to do in chronological order. It's a resource for you to tap into whenever you need it and take little bits and pieces of it whenever you need it. If you can't come to the live calls, that's why I have the whole entire library of all the replays, right? I have people who have never come to the calls, but they always message me with like, oh my gosh, I just watched this replay. This was so helpful. So I love that you are kind of utilizing it in the way that it fits into your business and it's helping you in all these little ways. That's really cool.
Yeah. The other thing that I wanted to mention too that has been really helpful for me is in your library. I just found this.
Yeah.
On the like live calls, you march out what is in each of the live calls, and I'm like, oh
Mhm.
my gosh, like
Yeah.
it's so helpful to just like I just feel like you made it the simplest possible way for it to be quick. Like, oh, there's
Yeah.
Canva, there's Instagram, I just feel like it's so user friendly for somebody who is not. I feel like I've got decent tech skills, but when it comes to this stuff, no ma'am. And so it's just so nice.
Yeah.
So simple and easy to navigate.
Yeah, yeah, totally. I remember too, like, and this was it was not the membership was not always like this. Like, this has been years now of building the membership in a way that like you guys really drive the bus. Every time somebody asks for something and I get multiple people asking for the same thing, I'm putting it in the membership. Every time somebody is having difficulty with some way of accessing the replays or accessing the calendar or accessing the calls, I always try to put like different places where like you guys have the directions that you need. And so it's been just like a culmination of really understanding what the community actually needs right now in real time. Um, I'd love to know what your biggest win has been in your business since you became a member.
Honestly, it's not like I don't have a specific example, but the calm that I feel towards
Mm,
this is immeasurable. Like I just feel like it doesn't have to be this ginormous like undertaking. Like there is a simpler way to do it, and it
yeah.
doesn't the time the time that it takes me to do stuff anymore is way less than it was before. Like I just and
Hmm.
like I said, I just want to coach, and so but this is part of it. And so when I can actually get my video content out or what my message out and just be done with it, and part of my whole plot is that I want to be able to spend time with my family too and not have to think about
Totally.
like, oh my gosh, it's going to take me a half an hour to do this one video that's 1 minute long because I have to do captions
Totally.
and so it's giving me that time back with my family too, which is you can't measure that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh, I got chills that because yeah, I mean, um that is everything in starting your business, like noticing where you're spending a lot of time, where you're noticing you're spending a lot of energy, and rather than just kind of like being on the hamster wheel and trying to figure it out on your own, like there are now so many resources available too. Um and what has been for you the most valuable part of the membership? Is there any specific section or any aspect like of being in the community that's been really helpful?
I would say my number one is just being able to ask questions in the community
Mm,
when I have them.
yeah.
Um, and just be able to go back to that. I think that is the easiest, most helpful piece for me because if I, yeah, and being able to get an answer to it. Like I don't have to search through a million Google posts to try and figure it out. And it's still not like
Hmm.
you have figured out, I know I've said this like a million times, but you really have figured out the easiest way to do things. And it's like, oh yeah, just use this app. I'm like, Do you have any idea how much using a different caption app has changed how
Yeah.
it's just so you're just being able to ask a question whenever I have it in the group and have it answered is super helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. I know I'm a huge nerd when it comes to efficiency. Like if I find any kind of like app or system or piece of technology that allows things to be faster and easier, I'm all
Mhm.
about it. So I'm even like sharing like in real time as I'm discovering new things. Like I actually have a new platform that I'm going to share with you guys inside of the private group on how to like, use AI. I know there's like AI is a weird topic. AI is like kind of controversial to people, but using AI to like pull video clips from like long form videos like this, like
Oh,
people are going to start to see like little clips of this video after this is posted. And I didn't edit any of it. I'm gonna like throw it to
right.
the universe to this one platform, and it's gonna be, cut up into different little pieces with automatic captions, and it's
Oh
gonna save
man.
your life. So I'm gonna talk to you guys about that in the private group. But I'm a nerd about that kind of stuff. I love finding new ways to make life easier for new business owners that just want to do um, what they're passionate about, that just want to help people, that just want to serve, right? And this kind
Mhm.
of gets in the way of that because it can be so complicated. Um, but is there anything in particular that you are either excited about for maybe like future membership updates or anything in the membership that you haven't really gotten to dive into yet?
Well, there's a million things in the membership that I haven't gotten to dive into yet because
Right, right.
there's so much content in there. But
Yeah.
I like my next thing, and I brought this up in the group is I want to create a email list this year, and so
Yeah.
you know diving into how do I create freebies and what's the
Hmm.
best platform for that, and so I asked that in the group, and then once I ask questions, then I can dive into that area in the group. And so, like, the next
Yeah.
place that I'm diving into is Canva. And so, there's so much content in there
Hmm.
that there, I know I'm going to end up using it at random times in my business, but it's nice to just be able to, like you said, it's not like you have to complete this course one step at a time. Like, I
Right.
dive in and take it as I need it. So,
Hmm.
that's the next thing that I'm diving into.
Yeah, yeah. I want to know if like because you were talking about how much content is in there. You're also a mama of young kids. How do you not get overwhelmed? Because I am very conscious of that whenever it comes to the
Mhm.
membership. I know that whenever people go in there, they see the list of all of the different resources, all the different videos and modules and things like that that are available to them, and I could see how people might go like, "Whoa, this is a lot." How do you not get overwhelmed?
I just take what I need and that's what I take at that time. Like I kind of perused it to see what was all in there, but
Mhm.
at when I need things, I just go in and get that particular thing and then dive out. Like I
Yeah.
just take what I need when I need it.
Totally. Yes. Yeah, that is the key. Like you're not the first member that said that. That's the key to really utilizing this membership for exactly what you need is taking what you need and then like leaving the rest. Like the
Hmm.
rest is totally if it's not applicable to you, you don't have to touch it, right? You don't
Yeah.
have to look at it. No one's grading you. And if that stuff does come up later on in your business, because I do notice that like it might not be applicable now, but in 5 months from now, you may want to start diving into some of the things that are in there. So that's why
Hmm.
that's there. And if you have a question about it and you didn't know that it was in the membership, we always have a place to direct you. Like, hey, I actually have a
Yeah.
video on this. Go check it out.
Yeah.
Um,
And that's
so
another
yeah,
keeps me from not getting overwhelmed is that sometimes I'll just be like, I'm guessing it's in there, but if I just ask the question in the in the Facebook group,
totally.
God will tell me where to find it.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Is there anything else about the membership that you kind of want to share or any other way that it's impacted you that we haven't already talked about?
What I wanted to share too is that so I quit my job after maternity leave. And so we
Mhm.
are rearranging our finances and everything and picking out things that are super important to us. And
Yeah.
there are things that I have dropped, but I have not dropped this membership. And that
Mhm.
should tell you how much it means to me because I feel like
Mhm.
it, man, like I said, the amount of time that it saves everything, it is so worth it to me to have this membership available that it is I think it's my only main membership that I've kept since I've
Mm,
and
yeah.
so I just feel like it's so valuable that the cost is completely worth it. The amount of value that I get out of it is 1,000 times worth the cost that it is. So
Mm, yeah. I love hearing that. Thank you. And I love having you in the community too. You're so engaged, and I can see you implementing some of the stuff that we talk about inside the membership outside. Like as I see your social media posts and as you show up more and and you're being more visible online, like I can tell that you're implementing a lot of stuff. So it's really cool to just kind of see everything come together. Um, Is there anything going on in your world, in your practice right now? Like if members of this community kind of hear you talk and really want to connect with you or work with you or kind of see what you're up to, where can they find you?
yeah, so I mainly am on Facebook because it is I love that platform more than all the other ones so far.
Yeah, yeah.
But so it's just me, Molly Sutton, on Facebook. I do have a website and I am on Instagram too, but my website is gracegivenwellness.com.
Hmm.
But I think like my major platform for my business is to get rid of the guilt and shame in health space. I feel there's so much guilt, shame, and perfectionism in the health space that people just, it
Hmm.
might motivate them to start something, but once they start feeling that guilt and shame and they're not able to be perfect in that health area, whatever it was, diet, exercise, financial, spiritual, whatever it is, then they
Hmm.
quit.
Yeah.
And it actually makes me mad because I'm like,
Mm,
it makes me so frustrated for people because I know that there is a way to be healthy and actually it's so simple and you don't have to like for me, I don't count calories, I don't count macros, I don't have a rigorous exercise. I again, I have a 4-year-old and a 5-month-old. I can't. I
yeah.
don't
Yeah.
have the time and but I feel the healthiest that I felt in forever because I
Yeah.
figured out a way to not a I have figured out a way to shut off that voice in my head that is so negative
Hmm.
and you're not enough, you're not worth it. I figured out a way to or at least redirect that voice because we can't shut that darn thing off, but we can
Hmm.
redirect it. And I've figured out a way to just enjoy my life. I feel like when we get so stuck in this world that you have to eat this amount of food and this type of food that I didn't even enjoy eating anymore because I was so
Hmm.
like I just this world is too short to not enjoy your life and I just that's my whole platform is like it you don't have to feel bad about yourself in order to be healthy. Like it just
Yeah.
is and so I always offer 2 free sessions to my clients or anybody that is interested in that kind of thinking and health and as you know Sean, it's more of an experience. You have to experience it in order to see what our coaching is like and
Hmm.
I love those first couple sessions because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to open your world to so much awesome and but you can't
Yeah.
explain that on Facebook. But I just
Right, right. Totally.
that's kind of my
Totally.
spiel. But Facebook, Molly Sutton, and then Grace Given Wellness kind of gives you an idea of how I think and all that good stuff.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, well, I'll put all of those links in the comments or the description. I don't know. We'll do that afterwards. But so if any of you want to connect with Molly, all of her info will be there. Thank you so much, Molly, for
Yeah.
doing this interview with me and just sharing your experience in the membership. I know that there are lots of coaches that can use this membership, to solve a lot of the problems that it solved for you. So thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you for having the membership. My gosh, you
Yeah.
have no idea. I appreciate
Yeah.
it so much.
Absolutely. Well, if hearing about Molly's experience in the membership has created this desire for you to kind of dive into the technology world and try to see if you can create some systems in your practice and some practices and increase confidence in yourself to be able to use technology in your business. I would love to invite you guys to join Tech Mastery for Coaches. So I'm actually running a sale right now on the enrollment fee. It's usually $457 to join and then $97 a month afterwards. If you'd like to stay in the membership, the enrollment fee is 50% off until the end of the month. So if you are wanting to join, if you've been thinking about it, if you're on the fence, jump in now before the end of the month and you'll get 50% off of your enrollment fee. Yeah. And if you have any questions, you can always send me a message or post inside of the group. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful Tuesday and I'll see y'all soon. Bye, everyone. Thanks, Molly.
Thank you.
All right.